You are watching the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're going to start off the show talking about Kevin Love because he was bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then we're going to talk about what Colin Cowherd had to say about the Lakers. He hinted that maybe the Lakers could trade Anthony Davis to the Mavs this offseason for I bet you know who. We got a lot to talk about. Hit that thumbs up icon if you love the Lakers. The report is that Love is being bought out by the Cavaliers. He's going to enter the buyout market, which means he's free to sign wherever he wants. And I think it makes a lot of sense for him to come to the Los Angeles Lakers and pair back up with the LeBron James. Kevin Love this year, it just really hasn't worked out for him so far. He's kind of fallen out of the rotation, only playing 20 minutes per night and only in 41 appearances this year, but he's producing somewhat in the minutes he's getting. 8.5 points per game, 6.8 rebounds. The field goal percentage is low, but he's getting up a good number of threes, and he's knocking those down at about an average clip. We know Kevin Love is still an elite rebounder and still a good outside shooter. A lot of experience, a lot of big game moments, and we've seen him work out with LeBron before, and I think the Lakers could use a little bit more rebounding and a little bit more shooting on the outside. I 100% would at least take a look at Kevin Love. We know he's not going to bring interior defense. We know he's not going to bring defensive versatility and switchability on pick and rolls. But he brings you shooting off the bench, which I think the Lakers could use. He also gives you a little bit of toughness. I like what he brings on the glass. And as we know, he's a good rebounder and a really good passer and a guy that is the king of catching a rebound and throwing a full court pass. We've seen it so many times, him to LeBron James in Cleveland. Right now, when you take a look at the cupboard of big man options that the Lakers have, you got AD, you got Vanderbilt, Mo Bamba, and Wenyen Gabriel. Gabriel has kind of been that big man for the Lakers off the bench. Bamba played last night. Didn't any shots from the perimeter, but I thought he was a good presence in the paint and protecting the rim, and he was solid on the glass as well. But if Bamba is only really your big man that can shoot off the bench, hell yeah, I'd look at Kevin Love. And I think it makes a lot of sense. You're going to get open looks on this team, playing off of LeBron James and playing off of Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell. And Kevin Love is a guy that's proven throughout his long NBA career that he can open shots with the best of them. So I'm going to ask all the Lakers Report real ones right now. What do you say? Should the Lakers sign Kevin Love? I say yeah. Why not? I mean, I like Wenyen Gabriel, but I like Kevin Love a little bit more. If your backup bigs are Kevin Love and Mo Bamba, that's big men that can shoot and some versatility. I'm a fan of that. If you are, type S for sign, or if you're good on Kevin Love, you had enough loving on Valentine's Day, you could type P for pass in the comment section. Look, I do know this. If Kevin Love is signed to the Los Angeles Lakers, we're going to put out a video as soon as possible. Whether it's me, whether it's James Yoder, whether it's somebody else, we're going to get you guys a video when breaking news comes out. YouTube.com/LakersTV, the #1 stop on YouTube for all things Los Angeles Lakers. Hit that big red sub button. Let's get to 50,000 subs. We're almost there. Colin Cowherd was talking about Anthony Davis on the Herd, and he was talking about pretty much that maybe him and LeBron's relationship is not all that good, and maybe that there's a team in Texas that could be interested in AD. The report is a Western Conference team has their eye on Anthony Davis this summer, and I think, makes some sense. Colin Cowherd had this to say. He said, I talked to an NBA source who I've known for a long time, and he said the Dallas Mavericks and Anthony Davis, keep your eye on. Anthony Davis is pouting. LeBron's holding him accountable. LeBron's not happy with him. Look, ever since the bubble, I have been a little bit disappointed in Anthony Davis. Reportedly, LeBron was ready to pass the baton to Anthony Davis after the bubble, and supposedly AD came into camp out of shape and it pissed LeBron off. But I do want to say this. The Lakers giving up on Anthony Davis would absolutely be wild. It is way too soon to give up on Anthony Davis. And look, who are you going to get from the Mavs? There's only one person that makes sense, and that's Kyrie Irving. Do you think the Lakers should trade Kyrie Irving or trade Anthony Davis for Kyrie Irving? We know Anthony Davis is great, and we know he's a difference maker on this team. This year, he's having a pretty damn good year. 26 points per game, over 12 bounds, 56%. That three-point shot just really hasn't been the same since the bubble. And I'm not sure what it is, if it's a mechanic thing, if it's a mental thing or whatever, but he just can't seem to hit that outside shot as consistently. He's still got one of the best mid-range face-up jumpers in the game. I just think it's way too soon to move on from Anthony Davis. I mean, the only way an AD trade works is via a sign-and trade with the Mavs for Kyrie Irving. So the Lakers would have to sign Irving, and then they would have to trade him, and then you get back Anthony Davis. But it's like, is Kyrie and LeBron more likely to win you a chip, or is AD and LeBron? Look, smart, tough, and dependable. That's what I like in my players. And is that Kyrie Irving? I'll leave that up for you guys to decide. This is what a trade would look like. I mean, I think it would just be straight up Kyrie for AD. I think the Mavs are the clear winners of this deal. You get Luka Doncic, you got Anthony Davis, and you could build off that. Those guys are still, I think AD's in his prime. Well, Luka's not even close to his prime. Kyrie, if he wasn't the most flaky dude in the world, I'd make this trade, but smart, tough, and dependable. I don't think he's that. Would you trade Anthony Davis for Kyrie next summer, as in this summer, as in like 4 months from now? Would you do it? Let me know. I say hell no. Well, maybe you guys are Kyrie fans. Uncle Drew, one of the sauciest dudes in the NBA, right hand, left hand, no look. He could do it all. The English. Y for yes and for no. Let me know. We're going to talk D'Angelo Russell coming up here in a second. But first, I want to tell you guys about our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/Lakers. Just use the promo code Lakers125. One, because it helps out the channel. But two, it's going to make you literally put free money in your pocket. When you use the promo code Lakers125 at chatsports.com/Lakers, you get a 125% deposit bonus. You can bet on the Lakers. The MLB's right around the corner. You can bet on hockey. You can bet on overseas underwater basket weaving. Because BetUS, we've got your game. Chatsports.com/Lakers. Just use the promo code Lakers125. One question that has come up amongst Lakers fans out there is, with the trade of D'Angelo Russell, he is going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer. And the question for Rob Pelinka is, do you re-sign him? Do you sign him to extension? Do you bring him back to the purple and gold? The report is the Lakers and Russell have mutual interest in an extension to keep him in sunny L.A. Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN said, I think for the Lakers, they've used that pick now. They've moved off of Russell Westbrook, and now D'Angelo Russell is a player I think they do have interest in talking about a contract extension with, whether it's during the season or after the season when he's a free agent and can do a new deal. Is this the best course of action for LA? I think you got to look at what you have in Russell, and I think you got to look at the assets that you have, the free agency dollars that you have, and can you get better? Unfortunately, I don't know if you can get better at the point guard spot if you're not just going to shell out this roster and I guess trade Anthony Davis for Kyrie Irving, but then you wouldn't have a damn power forward. D'Angelo Russell, in my opinion, is having the best career year of his young NBA career, even better than that Brooklyn Nets season when he was an all-star. 17.9 points per game, 6.2 assists. But the reason he's been so good is because of the efficiency. Going into this year, he had never shot over 45% from the field. Right now, he's shooting and connected on 46% of his shots, and he's lighting it up from downtown, 39% from there. And I honestly think it's a good fit next to LeBron James, and he's a good player, but not sure if he is a championship point guard. Look, we've seen LeBron win with some point guards that weren't all that great, but that was prime LeBron James. That's when LeBron had the ball in his hands, and he was creating, he was scoring, and he was defending. Whereas Russell's really not a defender. He can cook, he can get his own bucket, he can play off ball on the catch and shoot, but is he the definition of a winning player? I don't know. I think it could work, but it's going to take a LeBron James all-time stretch. I like the trade. I think you got a lot out of the trade deadline, and I'm down to roll with Russell, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. Sometimes the grass isn't greener, and maybe this is the best you can get with LeBron being a Laker. So I'll ask you, should the Lakers extend D'Angelo Russell? I guess if you don't want to extend him, you can look to sign and trade him for another point guard, but that always gets tricky when you start doing that because no one really has to give you anything back in a sign and trade if another team in Swiss salary cap can just outright sign him. So I'll ask you, last question of the show, then we're going to bounce on out of here. Should the Lakers extend D'Lo? Ice in his veins. Hopefully he's not a snitch anymore. Type E for extend, L for let go. Let me know in the comment section. And I want all the real ones out there to have a great day.